PT Pop here, all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And I'm heading out to an appointment this morning. And I gotta tell you, I've been thinking a lot for some reason. I've been having flashbacks to my call center experiences. And I remember one time when I worked at Verizon, more than one time. This happened more than once. I sat in this little area, it was like a bullpen area in the southwest corner of the Verizon call center, and across the aisle from me was a group of mostly women. And there was this one lady who worked maybe 10 desks down from me. And one day I'm on the phones and I heard thud. And I look over and this lady is laying on the ground, just out, she's out. And, you know, everybody, I don't remember exactly what happened from that point forward. I just know the paramedics showed up and took her away. And what made me think of this is there was a gentleman who wrote to me the other day on my Call Center Survivor channel here on YouTube. And he said that the job was killing him. And I immediately could identify with that. I actually could completely identify with that because it made me think of this lady that I didn't see her fall, but I heard her hit the ground. She was a large lady. She was, you know, easily 250 pounds. She was a very obese woman. And there are a lot of obese people that work in the call centers because you sit all day long. You can't move. You don't get any exercise. And you sit and snack. There's a lot of nervous energy, so you snack a lot. But it was a very sad moment when I saw this lady get carted out on a
At the
gurney.
next lights, turn right.
And when this gentleman who wrote to me said that, you know, it was killing him, it was killing me too. I remember logging into my computer
At the lights,
specifically at
turn right
Verizon
onto Pearl
Wireless.
Road, then turn
And I was
left
just like,
onto Royalton
oh my
Road.
God, this is terrible. I can't do this anymore. I have chest pains. I was just totally miserable.
At the lights, use the left two lanes to turn onto
And
Royalton Road.
it's really hard to define how awful it is and how much pressure they put people under, especially people who might be single parents or people that might be alone, that, you know, they're totally dependent on their own income and they have to keep the job to maintain their lifestyle, to pay. You know, I'm not talking about yachting around the world. I'm talking about just paying the rent, putting food on the table, maybe making sure the kids have food on the table, things like that. And a lot of single parents work at these places, and a lot of the women and men that work in these places are secondary incomes. And I think this lady, you know, she just caved in, and she caved in and dropped to the floor. She just couldn't take it anymore. And that's what happens in these call centers. They're just deplorable work environments, extremely stressful. They're horrible. They're taxing on your mind and your body and your heart. And at Verizon, the very last day I left, as I was leaving the building at the end of my shift, the paramedics were coming up the steps again. You know, and it was the same paramedics. There must have been a squad nearby, a rescue squad nearby. And, you know, they got called probably once a month to the call center to cart someone out or pick them up off the floor and things like that. And this is the kind of job that is so miserable and so taxing that people do. They just collapse and they fall to pieces. Or, you know, if they can't handle it anymore, they just take off their headsets and they walk out the door. You know, there's nothing keeping you there other than your desire to make sure you can maintain some type of healthy lifestyle for yourself. And you're trying to, like I said, put food on the table. I'm using it as a generic term to mean pay the bills and make sure, you know, you're doing everything you need to do to stay alive in this country.
In 1.1 miles, turn right to merge onto I-71 south towards Columbus.
Towards Columbus. I have a British navigator lady. I love her. I could listen to you talk all day, lady. And it's just, you know, when I read this guy and said it was killing him, it does. It slowly eats away at you like acid. And it's just, you can feel it. You can feel each day. It just
In 1 mile,
tears away
turn
at your
right
soul
to merge onto
and your mind and
I-71
your
south
heart.
towards Columbus.
And I'm not exaggerating. Those of you who really were tortured by these jobs understand what I'm talking about. Now, there's those of you out there who are successful, who are successful in the call center world, and I have a couple of friends that were. And I have a friend who has, like, he has an iron cast will, and he runs marathons and all that stuff. So he somehow grounded it out in these call centers, and he was fine with it, I guess. I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but last time I talked to him, he worked in a bank call center. But, a lot of people do survive in these, but more often than not, people fall by the wayside, either through illness, or they just walk out, or they can't take it, or they get fired. So, my question to all of you is, have you seen people just get sick on the job, drop dead on the job, and just not able to handle the pressure of the call center? Because I've seen it. And that's just one call center. I saw it at Wells Fargo when I worked at Wells Fargo. People passing out. I saw huge racism at Wells Fargo.
Go past these lights.
I don't know if I can say
then at
that,
the next
but
set,
I
turn
took
right.
my case to HR, and they told me I was nuts. They basically told me to shut up. That's what HR told me. And it's like, okay. And I quit shortly after that because I was going to work for a company that permitted racism on the grounds. I'm not going to go down that road because racism in this country is, I don't know, it's being pushed by the media. I don't know if it's really the issue that the media is making it. But hey, if you have examples of call center situations where somebody dropped dead or fell or collapsed or passed out because of the pressures of the job, and they were taken up by the paramedics, let me know. We can talk about it. Some of you have written to me on my personal email, and I haven't gotten back to everybody yet. But I will soon. Now that I'm done with this movie that I've been making, the movie is The Artist, a documentary. I've got more time on my hands, and I'm going to kind of get back to doing my normal stuff. All right, I'm about to get on the freeway, heading to my appointment. You guys take care. PT Pop signing off. Bye.